Hola. Oh shoot, I need my another mother computer. Yes, God. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Oh, this is ready to go. Okay, let me get my bag. Where's my bag at, dude? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hola. Hey, y'all. What is really going on? Look, we gonna have some real talk this morning, y'all, okay? We about to talk about some real shit this morning. We are going to talk about relationships, okay? That's what we getting ready to talk about, because, you know what? I just feel like I've been in a place, I've been trying to really just plan and script and be very like strategic, and you know, there's a time and place for that. My business was not built like that. My business was built on me being authentic, me just going with the flow, me, you know, doing things as they came to me. So that's the program I'm back on, you know, mixed with a little strategy, mixed with a little bit of strategy in between. This little curl, I'm going to just let it flow. So first I want to just check in and see how everyone is feeling this morning. And when I say that, I mean like, how are we really, really feeling? Not like, oh, I'm amazing, I feel great. You know what? I got to say how I want to feel. No, how are we really feeling this morning? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how we are all really, really feeling this morning. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, honestly, I would say like the last month or so, maybe even few months, I've been feeling a little anxious. Like I've been experiencing anxiety. And you know, I just want to check in and see how y'all have been feeling. What have y'all been going through? Because I know if we are all connected and we are all one, and I'm feeling anxious, then, you know, I'm curious to know how everybody else is feeling. Bear with me, y'all, because I'm going to be fulfilling orders as I talk with you all. So just bear with me because I'm kind of multitasking. Feeling to be alone and work on me. Yes, God. Yes, God. I can relate to that. I can relate to that so much. I've been feeling anxious. I've been feeling fear. I've been feeling overwhelmed. But then on the flip side of that, I've also been feeling excited. I've been feeling optimistic, hopeful. You know, I've been experiencing a whole gambit of emotions. And yes, God. So I want to talk about relationships this morning because it's something that I think we all deal with in terms of, you know, our life experiences. And I think it's so important to pay attention to relationships because relationships give us so much insight into our own selves. Like, seriously, relationships are almost, to me, it's like a free counselor. It's like a free therapist. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to know what you need to work on within yourself, look at your relationships. Let me move this grandma pillow from behind me. Even though I am a grandma and I love my grandbaby. Yes, God. But yeah, relationships are mirrors, y'all. Like, relationships are really, really mirrors. And I think that some people don't really understand what that means. You know, I think people get offended by that statement because they feel like, well, I'm not the same as that person. You know, I didn't do what that person did. I don't act the way that person acts. I don't, you know, say the things that person says. I don't do the things that person does. And that's not really what is meant by the statement, relationships are mirrors. Okay? What is meant by that So y'all know I'm metaphysical queen. Like I take it. We deal with energy over here at Yes God Wellness. God for me is my creator. Whatever creative, divine, infinite intelligence that has created a human race such that is unique as us and me, that allows our heart to beat when we're not thinking about it, that allows our blood vessels to move when we're not thinking about it. Okay, there was something that created us. And if you don't believe that, then this probably might not really be the place for you, because over here at Yes God Wellness, we believe that. And it doesn't matter what you want to call it. You can call it God, you can call it universe, you can call it Buddha, you can call it source, you can call it Jesus. It doesn't matter what you call it. What's most important, I think, is the acknowledgement of it. Because when we can acknowledge it, then we can connect with it. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's very important for me to connect back to source. I actually was praying this morning, and I went ahead and did the throat getting a little scratchy. I did the what's the name of that prayer? The Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Now, I would not consider myself religious. I would consider myself spiritual. So when I think about earth and heaven, to me, those are two places that exist within me. Okay? I can torment myself and suffer and, experience all types of sadness and suffering and pain. Or I can experience heaven, which is within myself, which is all types of hope and joy and bliss and optimism and, yes, God. So, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So to me, how I personalize and internalize that message is, whatever I feel and think and perceive on the inside of me, I'm going to see and think and perceive on the outside of me. All right. And we're all doing this, whether we're aware that we're doing it or not. All right. Like, I have so many clients that come and say, oh, I always used to visualize and fantasize and imagine me doing this. And you know what? Now I'm doing it. That's not a coincidence. That's really how life works. Like, whatever you're focusing on, whatever you're giving your attention to, whatever you're putting your energy into, you're going to receive more of that back. Okay. I remember when I was in my 20s, I used to be a devout, born again Christian. Like, I was on fire for Jesus, y'all. Like, it was a real whole thing, and I'm not ashamed of it. I even went to divinity school. I went to Shaw University for a year to pursue my master's in divinity. I was serious about Jesus, okay? I was really serious about it. And I remember there was a pastor who told me that I had a lot to say and God was going to use me to say it. And it's so ironic. It's not ironic. It's so aligned because I'm sitting here looking at my reflection with a God shirt on talking. So, it just goes to show that what we focus on comes to pass, and it doesn't always come to pass necessarily in the way that we may think it's supposed to or think it has to. Like, for example, at one point in time, I felt that, it was going to come to pass through me going to school and getting a degree and, going that route and going through churches and going through, institutions. But God knew that there was going to be this thing called the internet, and there was going to be this thing called Instagram, and there was going to be this thing called someone coming after you and saying, hey, honeypot, that's our name. We trademarked it. You got to find something else. And that, I had already been saying Yes God. So now Yes God became the brand. So now, because of my engineering mind, I came up with the logo and the design of the word God made of little yeses. So, all of these things I think they're already available to us. Our dreams and our visions and what we focus on is always available to us. It just might not come in the way that we think that it's going to come. This little curl right here is just really, I think it's really cute, but I think it's really funny too, because it's almost like and look, as above, so below, on earth as it is in heaven. Like, I'm a little quirky. I'm a little stand up, you know what I'm saying? Out of the norm, you know what I'm saying? Not doing what everybody else is doing. And my hair is representing that too. But anyways, I wanted to get back to, I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but that's just what I do. I wanted to talk about, okay, why is this not letting me log in? One moment, y'all. Give me one moment. No, I don't want to reset my password. That's what I really don't want to do. Return to login. Yes, God. Look at y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I did not do that. Thing told me my password was wrong like 3 times in a row. I didn't type any new password. I just hit it again. Bam, we're in there like swimwear. Yes, God. So anyways, I wanted to talk about relationships, because I wanted to talk about how relationships are really mirrors, and the fact that I know in my own personal life, throughout my various relationships, and I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. However, romantic relationships, alfalfa. Yes, God. Romantic relationships are especially valuable, I feel like, because those are the spaces and the experiences and the connections with other people where we really open up and we really allow ourselves to be vulnerable. And so there is so much wisdom and insight and knowledge to be found in those personal relationships with other people. Because, okay, let me back up and give my basic premise and what I believe to be true, okay? I believe in energy. I believe that we're all made of energy. I believe that we are energetic, aka spiritual beings, living in a physical experience right now. We all have physical bodies that our energetic self is playing out, okay? And our energetic self is the true self, okay? The physical body is a representation of the energetic body, but the energetic body is our main identity, okay? And because we have a main identity that we might not necessarily resonate with or know that well, because we're so used to being in this physical 3-dimensional space of like things and material and touch and just the 5 senses. Sometimes it can be a lot to wrap our minds around the fact that we actually are more than that. And we actually possess so much more than what we see in our physical, okay? But we do, all right? And realizing and accepting and knowing that puts us in such a great position, because the bottom line is that our spiritual identity is running the show for our lives, okay? It is. And when we can accept and acknowledge that, yes. Why it's so important to meditate, sit still, and listen. Yes, God. And I was just talking earlier on here about how, this summer I've just been feeling some feelings of anxiety, some feelings of pressure, some feelings of overwhelm. And I know the answer. The answer is sit your ass down, okay? Because what you're doing, Megan, is you're allowing your mind to try to solve your problems. The mind does not solve your problems. Your energetic self solves your problems. Now, it may use the mind to carry out some of those solutions, but the solutions don't come from the mind. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to prove why that's true. If we listen to our mind all the time, do you think we would be where we are right now? We know our mind. We know how crazy our mind is. We know the things and the the programs and the systems that our mind tell us all day long. Oh, you're stupid. Oh, you're fat. Oh, you can't do anything right. Oh, that's not good enough. Oh, that's not perfect. Like all of those things that run, those thoughts that run to us, that negative self-talk, that is the mind, okay? We are not the mind. It's very easy to think we are the mind because that's how we were brought up. Most of us have never gotten the information to let us know that there is something other than our mind that is running the show in our life. So most of us just depend on the mind. We listen to the mind. We believe what the mind says. We go on the mind just because we haven't been taught anything different, you know? But the thing is once you start, and this is what I'll say for me, when I experienced enough pain, and this is the whole thing about life, it's like pain is the precursor to consciousness. You know, it's almost like we have to go through painful experiences. We have to experience that perceived separation, that perceived loss. We have to, hey, Hope Gardens Kitchen, hey, boo. I'm really trying to be like you when I grow up, girl. After this, I'm going to run my 2 miles. I promise you I am. Like, that is going down today. But when we experience that loss and that pain, there is no motivation like pain, y'all. Because guess what? When we're comfortable, who wants to change that? Who doesn't want to be comfortable? Okay, so this is kind of our little, this is our little test in life. It's like, oh, you want to be comfortable? Okay, seek comfort. And then when you find it, it's like, oh no, this is not comfort anymore. This is going to become uncomfortable because now you have somewhere new to go. Now you have a new level to explore. Now you have a new purpose to fulfill. And this is what I want us all to remember too. Don't ever take any part of your life and try to throw it away and try to make it be in vain, because we needed every single, excuse my French, fucking experience that we have had. We needed it. We needed it. We needed it. We needed it. I don't care how excruciating it was. I don't care how hard it was. I don't care how sad it was. I don't care how depressed you were. Okay? All of those things are necessary, because the cheat code in life is that it's not worth living unless you're taking a risk. It's not. You cannot expect life to be comfortable. Life is not going to be comfortable all the time. As a matter of fact, it's going to be comfortable relatively a small amount of time, Like even even if you think about all the things and all the things that you want for your life, and I want to have this, and I want to be here, and I want to go there, and I want to be healthy, and I want to be traveling, and I want to be with my friends, I want to be with my family, and you think about all this, this amazing ideal lifestyle that you have. Let me tell you something. When you get there, and the secret is you're actually there already. You have to find all those things, all those gratitude, all that joy, all that happiness now. Because if you don't find it now in your current situation, you ain't never going to find it in the future. But even when you are there, or even when I'm here right now, guess what? I'm still not exempt from pain. I am a compassionate, loving human being. I have children that I love. I have friends that I love. I have family that I love. I have people that I love. And because I love, I am susceptible to pain. Okay? You can't have one without the other. You cannot deeply love and not be susceptible and available for pain to come and find you. Okay? That's just the way this life is. That's just the way life works. Which is why it's so important to tap into your own love for yourself, because ultimately that is the one thing that cannot be stripped from you. You can't, nobody can take that away. Nobody can die and take that away. Nobody can leave you and take that away. Nobody can abandon. Nobody can cheat on you. Nobody can betray you. Nobody can take away that. Yes, God, I'm glad this is making sense for you. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I've been experiencing anxiety. I've been experiencing overwhelm. And I feel like it's clicked for me this morning. It's like, because you're trying to do things with your mind, Megan. You're trying to solve problems with your mind. Allow your intuition to solve your problems. Allow your spiritual self to solve your problems. Stop trying to be so much in control of how things are going to do it. I'm going to do it this way, and then I'm going to send this email that day, and then I'm going to build my sales funnel, and then I'm going to have a click funnel, and then I'm going to... No, you're going to do what the fuck you did in the beginning of your business that created your business and that grew your business immensely, which was, you're going to be your fucking authentic self. You're going to be real. You're going to give. You're going to talk, because that is your gift. You're going to help people, and that's fucking that. And who resonates with it will resonate with it, and who does not will not. And that is okay. Not everybody is for you. If we are out here trying to get everybody to like us and everybody to accept us and people to stop hating on us and people to stop speaking ill of us and people to respect us and people to appreciate us, we worry about the wrong fucking thing, y'all. We worry about the wrong thing. No, God. Because you know what? It doesn't matter. Where's my earrings? I put my earrings up. I have earring affirmations that say it doesn't matter. Because you know why it doesn't? What matters most is what's going on in here. How do I feel about myself? Do I appreciate myself? Do I value myself? Do I honor myself? Do I love myself? Do I think I'm worthy? Give a fuck what he thinks or what she thinks. When we are able to find our true selves, which is the level of being, yes, God, we become the fulfillment of what we think we are lacking. Yes, God. Exactly. You said that so perfectly. Thank you for putting that so succinctly. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. When we can connect with our true self, and what that means, I think, because I feel like a lot of people, even myself, sometimes forget what that means. That means doing what makes you feel good. Letting your heart lead, letting your emotions lead, letting your feelings lead. So many times we let obligations, expectations, the mind lead. We're trying to let the mind tell us, oh, but you should be doing that and you should be doing that, because if you don't do that, then they're going to think that and they're going to feel like that. That's not... Yes, that may get us somewhere for a time, but you know what winds up happening is we get there and then we're fucking miserable. Because we haven't arrived, like she said, at a place of being, because we haven't been being. We've been pretending. We've been doing things that don't bring us joy because we are busy trying to bring other people joy. And the irony of that is that when you focus on your own self and bringing your own self joy and loving your own self and getting in tune with your own self and your own boundaries, it affects everyone around you. That's the catch-22. It's like we're trying to do this thing and we're trying to do it externally, and the only way to do it is to not do it externally. Like, that's the whole catch-22. At that level, you have everything. Exactly. Yes, God. Yes, God. So I know I went off on a tangent, and that's fine because that's just my personality. I'm a Sagittarius. It's what I do. I'm fiery. I'm burning all over the place. I got this going on over here. I'm trying to do these orders. I ain't touched not one yet. But I started this talk because I wanted to talk about relationships. But I first wanted to give a premise of energy, how it works, how we work as a being, okay? As a human being and as a spiritual being, because we are both and everything in between. This is what I'm going through right now. That's why I've been finding myself. Yes. And that is that work. That is important work. Because what happens is, I think a lot of times what we do, and even what I did, is that we look to relationships to define us. We look to our friendships to define us. We look to our romantic partners to define us. We look to our family to define us, our mother, our father, our children, our aunt, our niece. We look for those things to define us. But what winds up happening is those things can never define us, okay? Other people can never define who we truly are, even though we try to do that. At that level of being, so we are infinite love, happiness, peace, and joy. Yes, God! Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes. Because when you are being love, when you are being happiness, when you are being peace, and when you are being joy, guess what? Those are the only fucking things that are allowed to come into your experience. All right? And here's the thing about relationships. If we're attracting other things other than those things, other than love, other than happiness, other than peace, other than joy, other than honor, other than appreciation, you know what that's telling us? You know what it's telling me? It's telling me, Megan, you are not only being love, happiness, peace, and joy. You're being insecure. You're being low self-esteem. You're being low self-worth. If I'm attracting people into my experience who are showing me that in their actions, in their behavior, in their, in their connection with us, they're just simply allowing us to see the parts within ourselves that we still are not being who it is that we truly are, which is love, happiness, peace, joy, health, prosperity, abundance, gratitude, love. Yes, God. All right. So I'm going to just go ahead and give myself, I'm just going to go ahead and give a personal example for myself. Okay. And because it's just what I do, I'm transparent and I don't give a shit. For example, I can, in my past, okay, live and be in the great fullness of your true wealth. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, God. In my past experience, I attracted someone who sounded great. I mean, it sounded good. This person came in with gifts. This person came in with plans, dates. Let's do this. Let's do that. I'm going to help you with this. I'm going to help you with that. I'm going to be supportive. And I was like, wow. Yes, God. I am so grateful that I have attracted, okay, this mirror that is showing me who I am, okay? I'm so grateful that I've attracted someone who's supportive because I know I'm truly supportive. I'm so grateful I've attracted someone who is a giver because I'm truly a giver. I'm so grateful. So it was all peaches and cream, okay? All peaches and cream in the beginning, as it normally is, right? Like it's always peaches and cream up front, at first, in the beginning honeymoon stages. And then I started noticing some inconsistencies and some distance, okay? And because I'm at this level of consciousness where I understand that everything is a mirror, because I didn't always understand that, okay? I did not always understand that. I would immediately jump to, that motherfucker ain't shit. He's a fucking liar. He ain't this. He ain't that. Blah, blah, blah. He's bad. I'm good. He's losing out. I'm winning. Creating that polarity, okay? Which life is not black and white. And if you think life is black and white, we need to work on raising that consciousness, okay? I had to work on raising that consciousness. I'm still working on raising my consciousness. It's important to understand these things, okay? But so instead of doing that, instead of creating this like, oh, I'm better than this person, which is all ego, okay? Nobody's fucking better than anybody, all right? Nobody is better than anybody. We all have our own individual strengths, our gifts, and we all have our flaws, okay? No one is better than anyone else. I don't care what you look like. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how many things you have. I don't care how many. It doesn't matter, okay? We are all one. We are all equal, okay? Some people may just not have realized their divinity yet, and that is okay because guess what, motherfucker? You didn't always realize it either, okay? But anyway, so these inconsistencies started popping up and I had to examine them. Yes, God, exactly. More self-work needed. That's it. And it doesn't have to be anything more or less than that. It doesn't have to be an egotistical, I'm better, this and that. It doesn't need to turn into an ego battle. It can just turn into the acknowledgement and the recognition. More work is needed. Exactly. Thank you. But what I realized in the situation, I saw the inconsistencies. I saw the lack of follow through. I saw, so I am able to be I'm a very articulate person, if you can't tell. And I was able to articulate the specific things in this person, okay, that I did not like. Okay? So I was able to pick those up, and I think I've always been able to pick it up. Maybe not in an emotionally or spiritually mature way as I am now, but I've always been able, and I think it's true for all of us. We can, if we think about someone who we're no longer in relationship with, or someone who we weren't aligned in relationship with, we can very easily list out the things about this person that we did not like, okay? That we did not resonate with, that we did not appreciate, that we did not want to connect with, okay? But here's the thing. All of those things that we don't like about other people, guess what? Those are the things we don't like about ourselves. Okay? Those are the very things that we don't like about ourselves. Now, it may not play out in the same way. We may not express those flaws in the same way. We may not speak in the same way they speak. We may not do the same actions they do. We may not, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But we do possess those same underlying traits that we do not like, okay? Because not liking something is still resonating with it, okay? If it's something that can irritate you or bother you, you are resonating with it. A lot of times we think that resonating is just like you love it and you like it. No, if you hate it and you don't like it, you're still resonating with it. You're just resonating with it on the negative side of the pole. Okay? So the thing is that this is why it's such a great tool. This is why relationships are so important and so necessary, because they promote growth. Now, sometimes we can stay within a connection and grow. Sometimes we can't. Sometimes we can at the time, and then it circles back around. I have a best friend. Her and when I tell you this is my best friend, like this girl, she's up on I got pictures of her all over my house, all in my photo albums from the time I was 11 years old, okay? This was somebody who, we were like this. This is my fucking ace boon coon. This was my nigga, my bitch, my all that, okay? And I'm not politically correct, so just throwing that out there, okay? So I use those words sometimes. Me and this girl we had a falling out, okay, in our adolescence. We fell apart for about 10 years. Then we came back together. Then we fell out again, okay? Then I went over to Berlin, Germany earlier this year, where she lives with our other best friend. And her and I got back together. Men pursue, women choose, tapping in raised decrement, ability is key. Girl, if you don't stop coming in here with all these jewels like that. Yes, God. Exactly. And that is I'm going to jump off topic of the best friend story. Yes, God. Men pursue, women choose. And if you are pursuing as a woman, you are out of alignment with your divine nature. You're out of order. Out of fucking order. Okay? Yes, God. And pursue doesn't necessarily mean I'm calling, I'm texting. That doesn't mean pursue. Pursue is mental. Oh my God, I wish he was. Why is he not going? Why is he not going? Oh my God, I wish he was. That is pursuing. Okay? Pursuing is not just necessarily a physical act. Okay? It's a mental focus. I gotta look up what that means, sis. Let me Google that. Because I ain't never heard that word before. Is that a Jamaican word? A reduction, okay? Reduction ability. Yes, okay. I got you. Now I'm on the page. Okay, exactly. Let's do the process of elimination, okay? Because here's the thing. And that is such a great point, because men pursue, women choose. So here's the thing. If men are pursuing, so first and foremost, if a man is not pursuing you, he ain't the one, sis. He's not the one. He is not the one. If he is not pursuing you, he is not the one. That's first and foremost. Okay? So that goes across the board. A man who is not pursuing, okay, there's one of two options. He's not operating in his divine masculine, and or he doesn't want your ass. So either one of those two things, when you're operating in your divine feminine, you don't want that either. All right? So that makes life real easy. Discernment ability. You know what? Decrement works too, though. That's why I'm like, what is that a Jamaican word? Like, what? It's an actual word. It means a reduction or a diminution. So either way, no, it's all good. Discernment ability. Yes, God. Being able to discern. Yes. Being able to discern is crucial. Because discernment. Okay, look. I know I'm popping around on so many different topics right now, y'all. Okay. So yes, discernment is, let me finish up the story about the best friend. Best friend. Long story short, it's been 20 fucking years. And me and this girl are back tight like it is 1994 again. Okay? And it's 2019. The majority of time since then has been us not communicating. And now we are. So only reason I bring that up is to say, don't ever think you have life figured out. Don't ever think that, when you make a decision to not be in connection or not be in relationship or not be in communion with someone, don't ever be fucking cocky, arrogant, and egotistical enough to think that that person doesn't have the fucking right to grow and evolve. Don't ever do that. Okay? And the reason why I'm saying, how do I know? Because I've done it. And life and God has come back to humble me. Okay? In beautiful ways and in painful ways. All right? Because again, that's that black and white thinking. Oh, I'll never speak to them again. Oh, what they did was just so messed up. I could never forgive that. I would never get back with that person. I would never. The word never and always, okay, those two words are complete and utter bullshit. Okay? Those two words right there, try not to use them, because that's assuming that you know what the fuck is going on. And you don't. You don't, and one of the things that I was meditating and visualizing and just really pondering in my own life over this last year, what is important to me beyond the money, beyond the yachts, beyond the helicopters, beyond the homes in different countries. Because yes, I do want all that shit. And yes, I will have all that shit. But beyond all of that, now what? What makes me happy when I'm in those places? What makes me happy? Real curse words. What makes me happy when I'm on that yacht? The yacht doesn't make me happy. My fucking people, my connections, my relationships, that's what's making me happy. What the fuck? Why I want to be in a house in the south of Spain overlooking the ocean by my damn self for? Relationships are the real currency. That is the true wealth. Okay? I don't want those things without my people. So you know what? I'm going to visualize and manifest and think about the conversations we're having, the laughs that we're having, the jokes that we're making, okay, the reminiscing that we're doing, the memories that I'm going to visualize and imagine and put myself in the place of being in close connection. Because you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter where I'm at with them. I could be living in my damn van. And those connections are what I'm grateful for. That's what's important to me. It's not the money. It is not the money. It's not the money. It's not the money. Okay? And this is something that took me a while to realize. I had to really grow and understand this, okay? Because I think a lot of us feel like once I get this amount of money, and once I have this, once I see these numbers in my bank account, and once I'm able to pay this and do that, none of that shit matters if you do not have love, y'all. Love is it. Love is the currency. And we have been so bamboozled, especially in this country, that really promotes capitalism and promotes material and promotes luxury and promotes, finances. And like, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't matter and that's not important, because yes, we do need those things to experience a certain lifestyle. But what I'm saying is that that's not it. That's just a very small part of the piece of the puzzle. Okay. If we don't have love, if we don't have relationships, if we don't have emotional connection with people, we don't have shit. We don't have shit. Okay? Hola, hey boo. If we don't have emotional connections with people, if we don't have love, we have nothing. I don't care how much money you have. Look at Robin Williams. Look at Mac Miller. Okay? Look at all these wildly successful, rich, financially rich people who were fucking dying inside. Okay? Spiritual wealth and wellness guarantees all you need. Exactly. Exactly. Because once you can appreciate and recognize and love and acknowledge your spiritual wealth, which first and foremost starts with you, doesn't start with friends, doesn't start with family, doesn't start with mom, doesn't start with dad, starts inside of you. When you have that right and that balanced, now those relationships start to change. They start to circle back around. The dynamics begin to change on those. Yes, God, love is the highest frequency. I just had this conversation with my son last night. Yes, God. And that's a perfect example. Of course, you just had this conversation, which is why you resonated in your space and time where you are sent, where I am. You're coming back. You know why? Because you were focused on it with your son. So because you're focused on it with your son, what are you doing now? You're receiving more of it. That's a perfect example of what we focus on, what we give our energy to, what we give our attention to is what we get more of. Think about the universe as a shop, as a grocery store. Okay? We can have this, we can have that, we can choose this. I want to experience that. Let me pick up a little bit of this. If we don't eat meat, why the fuck would we be over at the butcher arguing with him about why he shouldn't be cutting meat up? This is what I'm talking about when I say that we're resonating. Okay, resonating is both positive and negative. If we're resonating and if something bothers us, it means that we still have a connection to it. Okay? So the purpose, I think, and the point and the goal rather, and this is how meditation is such a powerful tool, and this is why this is something that nobody can take away from you. I don't give a shit if you're sitting in a jail cell. You can still meditate, okay? You still have the ability to breathe deeply, to focus on your breath, to focus on the gift that is your breath, to focus on the gift that is your life, and just feel gratitude for that. And notice your other thoughts that come in. Oh, I got to post on Instagram. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got this deadline. Oh, I got to pay that bill. Oh, I got to go pick up the children. Oh, I got to notice all of those things come through, but resonate with your divinity, which is your breath and your life. And the fact that you have an awareness within you that is not your physical self. People brush meditation off. I do even sometimes. But then it's like life will bring me to a point and it'd be like, you need to sit your ass down and meditate right now. Because you're out of fucking order. You are out of control, ma'am. And yes, God. So anyways, I know I have been all over the place. I I initially came on here because I just wanted to talk about relationships and how they mirror who we are inside. And this is not even necessarily just for romantic relationships. This is for friendships as well. Some people want money, but everyone needs love. That's why love is still free. Exactly. It's free. And you can't fucking buy it. Okay? And this is why there's some wealthy people out there who are miserable. Because they thought that things and places and experiences were going to make them happy. But if you have things and places and experiences and love is not involved in it, it doesn't mean shit. And I'm not even implying that you necessarily have to be experiencing love within another person or in relation to another person. If you love yourself truly, 100%, unapologetically, you can be by yourself and have a fucking blast. You can do that. The trick is when you do feel that way, you're going to be a magnet for love. You're going to be a magnet. It's going to be very hard for you to be by yourself. That's the whole catch-22 about it. It's going to be very difficult to not attract love when you love yourself. Actually, it's impossible. It's actually impossible to not attract love when you are truly 100% authentically in love with yourself. You can't get love without self-love. Exactly, you can't. And if you are attracting things that are not reflecting pure love, those are mirrors. That is free game. If you are attracting things that are not pure love, then that is free game. And what the free game is hey, you know what? You attracted inconsistency. You attracted not being dependable. You attracted saying more than you're doing. Guess what? You might want to be a little bit more consistent. You might want to be a little bit more dependable. You might want to do more doing than saying. That's the purpose of relationship. That's it. It's not to get mad at the other person. It's not to resent the other person. It's not to hate the other person or to put the other person down or to tell them they ain't shit or to, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know what? Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for bringing this experience in. Hey, Ruben! Thank you, God, for bringing this experience and this person into my experience so that I can pick up this free motherfucking game. Thank you, God. Thank you for this free game, God. Thank you. Thank you. Because, you know, we a lot of, and I've done it. Oh, he's a fucking narcissist. He's a net, and he's a, oh my God, he ain't shit, and he's a fuck boy, and all these spews that we have because someone else had the fucking audacity to come in and tell us about our motherfucking self. Because that's what really happened. That's what really happened. Someone else had the fucking audacity to come to us and show us that we ain't the fucking best thing since sliced bread, as we thought, or as our ego wanted to convince us that we were. And this is why humility is so important. All right? This is why it's so important. Listen, I just go in with my hands up now. I be like, I did it. It's my fault. I don't know how yet. I don't know how, where. I don't know why, but it's my fucking fault. And let me see how it's my fault. Let me just see how it's my fault, because it is. Somehow, some way, I had something to do with this. Okay? Energetically, I had something to do with this. I cannot attract something that I am not. You cannot attract something that you are not. And this doesn't just go for the flaws and the negative. Remember, I said, this person came in giving gifts. This person came in with offerings. This person came in being supportive. This person came in doing what they said they were going to do. This person came in with a lot of love. Okay? So the same way that I see a mirror in the bullshit, I also see a mirror in the love. And we can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. And just because a situation didn't go the way we envisioned it, or the way we thought it should, or the way they said it was, or whatever, just because it didn't go that way doesn't mean it was a waste of time. Nothing is a waste of time. They forgot to tell us that we are love, and all we need to do is be love and lovable. Exactly. Exactly. Not only did they forget to tell us that, they told us everything but that. They told us that money was love. And when you have money, then you'll have everything you need. That's what they told us. But let me tell you something, that's some motherfucking bullshit. That is some bullshit. Because like I said, you can have all the money in the world. You can have all the fancy houses and the fancy cars and the fancy this and that. But if you don't have love, if you don't love yourself, you don't have shit. Because if you don't love yourself, you're not going to attract healthy, loving relationships. That's the bottom line. Until you love yourself, love is inaccessible to you. Damn. Let me say that again. Until you truly love your own self, true love is inaccessible to you. All right? We can only get what we give. We can only get who we are. This is why it's so crucial to do the fucking work, okay? To take the time to not distract yourself with the sex, with the drugs, with the food, with the man, with the woman. Girl, pass the offering, girl. We can't distract ourselves away from it. It doesn't work like that. It's not how life works. We could try it. We could try it. But we always going to come back to ourselves. How you feel when you wake up first thing in the morning, that's a great gauge for how you feel about yourself. You are everything you need. Be confident in that, and you can attain money. Yes, God. I was listening to something this morning that just struck me. So Miles Monroe said, your gift is already in you. It's not somewhere in the future. Back. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, sorry about that. I just got a phone call. I had to ignore that because I'm in the flow right now. I'm gonna call you back, boo. If you happen to jump on this live, don't think I'm egging you. I'm in the flow right now. Your gift is already inside you. Okay? Nobody can sell you your gift. You can't educate yourself into your gift. You cannot you know what I'm saying? Your gift is to be uncovered. It's not to be found outside of you. It's not to be found in a college degree. It's not to be found in a relationship. It's not to be, bought. It's not to be certified. Okay? The gift that you have to bring to this world, that you are obligated to find for yourself so you can offer it to humanity, is already fucking within you. This is why it's so important to get connected with yourself. This is why it's so important to meditate, to sit still, to be quiet, to put the fucking fork down, to put the drink down, to put the joint down, to turn the music off, to stop gossiping, to stop fucking, to stop doing all the other things that are preventing you from being still and getting true with your authentic nature. Because once you can get clear and in touch and connected to that, yes, God, exactly. I love Dr. Monroe. He said, don't let your work kill your gift. Yes, God. Your gift is already within you. It is your responsibility to get still and connected enough with yourself to reveal what that gift is. And then get still and connected enough with yourself to tap into your divine self, which is the divine source, which is God. Yes, God. And allow God to inspire your actions. I'm talking to myself right now, y'all. I'm just happen to be on camera. I'm talking to my motherfucking self right now. Okay? Because so many times we try to get busy, do action. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Gotta go to the gym. Gotta do da-da-da. And we trying to do. And we ain't sitting still listening to God Now everybody want to call me now. Now all this money want to call me now. Why? I know why this money calling me now, because I'm in the flow. That's what happens when you get in the flow. Money, you ain't got to worry about money. Worry about your flow. Worry about your gift. And the money going to start calling and emailing and knocking, okay? I forgot what flow I was on. What was I talking about, y'all? I'm so crazy. Oh, getting still. Getting still. Getting still, getting still, getting still. Okay, that's my gift. Okay, I know, but I'm scared, God. I'm nervous. What if people don't think it's funny? What if people don't like that? What if, I don't know about that, God. That's scary to me. Okay, okay. But I don't got time to stop over there. I got to go somewhere. I'm already about to be late. God said, go to that store. Okay, I'm going to the store. Okay, I'm picking this thing up. Oh, hey, a conversation starts. Here's an opportunity. This is why it's so important to be in connection with ourselves, be in connection with God, be in connection with our highest self, because that intuition will guide and lead your steps to bring you to the people, places, things, opportunities, and connections that will bring you closer to being able to expose your gift. And the other thing about your gift, give it away for free. Stop trying to figure out how to, I'm going to charge this and I'm going to do this and this is the sales funnel and this is how I'm going to, No, give the shit away and give people exposure to your gift. Once you expose people to what your true divine gift is, the money comes. You don't have to worry about the other stuff. You don't have to worry about the structure, the strategy, not always. I mean, sometimes you got to worry about the structure and the strategy, but girl, you cannot outgive the universe. You cannot outgive God. And let's talk about, can we talk about tithing? Well, y'all don't want to talk about tithing though. Can we talk about that 10%? Can I talk about that with y'all, or is that's too much? We're going to do too much if we do that. God has come to me several times in this past week and said, Megan, you need to be giving 10%. I used to do it faithfully. It was a line item on my fucking spreadsheet because, yes, I'm a spreadsheet girl. I'm a rising Taurus. I like strategy. I like structure. I like rules. I like scripts. I like those things. Listen, the richest I've ever been was when I tithed. Exactly. So I don't know about y'all. I don't know if this is speaking to anybody. I don't know about y'all, but I'm about to start tithing again. Okay? That's just what I'm going to do. Yup, rising Taurus. You already know. I like my money. I like it right. I lead the sales. I need to know where it's going, what's going on. Let's get all into the Taurian energy about money. Okay? Let's get into it. My foot done fell asleep, y'all. Sitting here. Yes, God. But yeah, so anyways, I'm going to jump off shortly because I think I'm reaching an hour now and I feel amazing right now. My heart feels good. I'm so glad that I was able to have this conversation first and foremost with my motherfucking self, because trust and believe that anytime I come live, it's not me talking to you. It's God talking to me and then me talking to you. But really what's happened is God is talking to all of us. God is talking to all of us right now. And I get as much healing and as much revelation and as much insight from my own words as other people do. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful that I'm at a place in my life and a consciousness in my life where I don't try to take credit for everything, you know? I don't try to say, oh, I'm just the fucking shit, you know? Yeah, I'm Yes God Wellness. I know it all. Y'all, I'm talking about money on my phone line. It won't stop calling. I got to go, y'all. This video is about to end. I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Have an amazing day. Be grateful. Love yourself. Yes, God.